Holy moly, who doesn't like a good earthquake pose? In today's video, we're going to be talking about the bar earthquake position using a Pilates ball. Now, this is a great core move, and let's do some learning so I can explain why. So, when a person has an anterior pelvic tilt, where their hips are wanting to go forward, if they come down to the ground, they have a harder time getting that space between their hip bones and their lower ribs down on the ground. And because of this, when they come up into a crunch, they kind of lose access to their anchor points to really be able to get that rib cage to come to belt line. So when you go down to neutral, you have that good anchoring, and then it's just rib cage to belt line, contracting of the muscles. So when we have that space and we're in that anterior pelvic tilt and we can't do it, and we come take the good old Pilates ball and we stick it between our low back, it supports that compensation of that anterior pelvic tilt. And then it allows us to be able to use gravity to help assist us, bring us here, and kind of gives us more anchor points to move in. And then we can actually do the crunch. And the Pilates ball can feel like a good assistance. Now, as you progress though, if you're able to actually get out of that anterior pelvic tilt, this ball can really light your core up like fire. So if we're able to get that neutral pelvis, that space between the pelvis down on the floor, lower ribs down, where you're able to do a regular lower crunch, and then we come and take that same position and stick the ball behind us, we're basically forcing our body to be in mid crunch. So your abs are working even just here without moving because they are engaged. And then if you just go up and down, you're basically doing the top part of the crunch over and over again. And then if you can add on the rib cage where you actually lift your rib cage up, you're even adding more weight and strength down into that core. And it can be fire, especially, once you start adding leg lifts to your crunches and all the other fun things that we like to do in that earthquake pose. So in today's hack, we're going to be addressing how to get our spine, our hips, and our shoulders into that good neutral position so that we can work on to that, oh my goodness, what is happening to me, oh so good earthquake position. So let's get to our posture and breath hack. We are going to be starting on our backs. We're going to be coming onto our backs, feet on the wall for our posture and breath hack. Using our good old ball because that's what we're doing here, right? We're going to bring our feet up to 90 onto the wall. Going to bring our Pilates ball between our thighs. You want that straight line, knees down to hips. You're going to press into the ball of your big toe, ball of your little toe, and your heel. Press it firmly into the wall and then drag it down like a 2-3 effort to kind of tip your pelvis so you can get that space there. So here's the progression. Every exhale, you're going to just tip back, kind of find there's a very small movement. And if that feels good, you can tip back, squeeze, and hold it. Inhaling up. Exhale, rib cage coming down the belt line. Maybe even use your hands to kind of guide your rib cage down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. So keys as you're doing this breath hack to make sure you're getting the most out of it. Your neck is relaxed. Your breath should be silent. Maybe tuck your chin and lift out of your back of your head more. But you don't want to hear like huge breathing. You don't want your neck turning on this hack. Just releasing, trying to get those lower rib cage down, that space to relax down, working on some internal rotation here. Do a couple more breaths like this. Resetting the spine. And we're done. Going to our strength hack. We're just going to scoot a little bit away from the wall. We're going to come into a dead bug. So knees at 90, feet flexed. Find that, so you have that nice neutral spine, just like the cues we've been saying. And you're going to bring your hands to your thighs. You're going to gently press. And each exhale, you're going to press down, trying to build that pressure in your gut. Getting that, using each exhale to build that pressure, and then you can stay here. And then if you start getting bored, want to add some movement, you can challenge yourself by bringing it up, seeing if you can get all 4 points of contact, each rib cage, bottom of your rib cage, each hip bone down. And then you could add some movement, dropping opposite arm and leg out, exhaling back in, inhaling out, exhaling in. And really pay attention to those hips. See if you're like wanting to like rock more to one side or the other. You want to be able to even it out. So as your leg is extending, you're pressing that other hip firmly down into the mat. Same thing with the rib cage. Shoulder blade that's not moving is pressing into the mat. Let's do a couple more like this. And there we have our strength hack. And now flipping around for our mobility hack, we're going to come onto all fours and we're going to just do some simple cat-cows. So knees under hips, wrist under shoulders. Going to inhale, pulling up between your shoulder blades. Pull those shoulder blades apart. We're thinking about tucking that hip, ribs to belt line. Now, as you're doing this and you're doing that tuck, the back of your glutes are nice and loose. You're tucking using your core. Exhale, dropping your belly button down, looking up. You're looking for that stretch in your abdominals as you look up. You can even think about pulling your palms of your hands back a little, kind of opening your chest up a little bit more as you look up. And then you're just going to alternate. Inhale, using the strength of your core to tuck your pelvis. Exhale, releasing, looking up, getting that stretch in the upper part of your abdominals. Let's do that a couple more times. Ending on that tuck, pull those shoulder blades apart, relax those glutes, pull that belly button in, and release. Grabbing that Pilates ball, coming into that earthquake position, feeling that neutral spine, bringing your hands back. Let's take it back, bring it up, maybe lifting one leg, then the other, maybe coming into that full supported boat, and lifting up. There we go, earthquake pose. So thank you for joining me for this bar hack video. I hope that helped and made sense. Let me know what you thought. Like, subscribe, all those things, and I hope to see you in another video.